Hello! It's sunny today, but man, it is windy. My beard's all over the place, but hence the reason why I'm wearing a winter hat today. It's a bit chillier, it's raining slightly. You can maybe tell it's raining, but yeah, the wind's just catching my cap and ripping it off my head, so going with this today, winter hat. So yeah, what are we talking about today? I thought about this earlier, so I thought maybe tell you how growing a beard changed my life. And that sounds really cliche, I know it does. Everybody says, oh, it's changed my life. Growing a beard did change my life. And if you watch the previous videos, you'll know that I spoke about not really having confidence at school. As I was walking up the hill to get to this point, I was going to start recording sooner, but it was very open back there and I always get hit with the wind. So I thought at least I'll leave it till here. Still a bit windy, but it's better than back there. Anyway, videos I've spoke on before, saying I never really had confidence at school, just kind of floated through, being unnoticed, that kind of thing. I don't know, maybe there's some schoolmates that watch these that can tell me otherwise, but that's what it felt like. But that was just due to my lack of confidence, but that's on me. So I thought about, as I was walking up the hill, I was thinking, I started growing facial hair about 15 years old, I guess when I could. Started growing sideburns and wee goatee beard and then short beards, that kind of stuff. Around 15, 16 year old. And I wonder if that's why. I wonder if it was to change my appearance or just change the way I look. Gain a bit of confidence maybe. I don't know, that just came to me. Anyway, if you're new here, my name is John, JJ, owner and operator of Braw Beard, Scotland's original beard care brand. Welcome to the YouTube channel. It is windy and there's trees on their side there. I hope that was not today. We will soon find. Mate, maybe it was. I was up here a wee while ago. Last week. I don't remember seeing those trees. But anyway, this is the Braw Beard YouTube channel. Just come out on these walks. And oh man, got a call, hang on. Who's this? Yeah, they can wait. So yeah, come out on these walks, just talk to the camera and stuff and share my thoughts. But anyway, yeah, how growing a beard changed my life. I would say it did. Oh, definitely did, 100% did. Also gave me more confidence as I got older. Kind of changed my appearance, I guess. Well, it definitely has changed my appearance, and with that maybe came the confidence. Now I'm aware a lot of people grow beards because they use it as a mask to hide behind. I don't think that's the reason I grew a beard. I think it was just gave me a, I don't know, more masculine look. I don't know, but I just liked beards. And then obviously I mentioned before I grew up around beards, whether it be motorcycles or rock music, that kind of stuff. So the inspiration was there. So started growing it, and then fast forward to 2011, broke my back in a mountain bike crash. 2012 started Braw Beard, the brand you see today. It was 2012, made the first bottle of Braw Beard oil, and then from there it's been a roller coaster. It has changed my life drastically. Like before, I was doing artworking and graphic design, like I still do. Well, I designed the logo, still do the majority of the graphic design for Braw Beard. I'm fortunate to work with some really talented artists over the years who have done t-shirt designs, that kind of thing. But all the labeling, that kind of thing is all me. That's come from my background. So done that before. If I didn't have Braw Beard, I'd probably still be doing that. Wasn't a bad job, I really enjoyed it. I worked with some really cool folk on some really cool projects. But Braw Beard got to the stage in 2017, I think it was 2017, 2018, where I couldn't work my regular job and Braw Beard at the same time. So something had to give, and it wasn't going to be Braw Beard. So went full time with Braw, and yeah, it just grew from there, and it's still growing. It grows every year. I think it's been a couple of years it's not been as busy as previous, but this year has definitely grown, along with the beard growth. As you can tell, it's tickling the back of my head. But yeah, the amount of opportunities it's opened up for me has been phenomenal. You know, I've managed to meet musicians that I grew up listening to, managed to meet athletes that I kind of grew up watching as well, motorcycle racers or car drivers. Is it a Netflix film, Outlaw King, as an extra? It's actually got 3 parts in that. In the background you can see me, no speaking role thankfully, but yeah, that was a really cool experience as well. Again, that was based on having a beard. Yeah, just, I don't know, the whole thing, the main thing that changed for me was the confidence. Getting confidence, that was the main thing that I noticed, because like I would never really be keen on speaking to anyone. I would just kind of shy away. I don't know, social anxiety before I knew what social anxiety was. I guess that's probably what it was, I don't know. But now I will talk to anybody about anything. I'm quite happy to start up conversations now, whereas before it terrified me. So I think the main thing I have established from growing a beard is confidence. But then that confidence also comes with running and owning Braw beard. Obviously, there's a level of responsibility comes with that as well, which you learn every day, or build upon every day, man. In fact, this is windy around here, like. Hopefully you can still hear me okay. But yeah, build that level of confidence. And that's the main thing for me, man. It's got me in a few cool situations over the years. I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, I don't know, if you have a beard at the moment, and you're not comfortable with the way you look or the way you present yourself, maybe try changing it up a little. I don't know, cut it back a little bit, or cut it in a slightly different style. Try a goatee, try a longer side, but I don't know. You can change it up. That's the beauty of having a beard. You can sculpt it, you can shape it, you can change it slightly, see how you feel. I know a lot of guys who have that feeling about it. They have a beard for so long and they get kind of bored of it. It still looks amazing, but they get kind of bored of it and they think, I need a change, and they just go to the barber, get a wee freshen up, whether that's a trim or reshape or whatever, and then they I don't know, a new lease of life, new lease of confidence, because they've changed their appearance slightly. That's the reason folk get tattoos in it as well. Sure, like I've got tattoos, but I don't know, is it changing your appearance, or is it because you like the artwork? Obviously you like the artwork, you're paying a lot of money for it, but is the main reason to change your appearance? I don't know. I don't know. I never thought that deep about it. I'm walking in the woods here hoping that it's kind of sheltered a wee bit. I put, before I came up here, I put Get to on the Veggie Repellent beard oil I do. I put that on, but I also put it on my legs as well for ticks. There's a lot of deer up here, and I'm just worried about ticks, man. I've had a tick bite before. And the thing that scares me about Lyme disease is you never know when it's going to kick in. So I have put that on my legs as well in the hope that it can repel ticks as well. I've never had a tick bite since doing that, and I've been up in these woods a lot. So I don't know, we'll see. I don't know, I might go for a walk down here slightly. It's just, the only issue walking in here is there's so many branches. I don't know if that comes through the camera or not. So, and also, I don't want a tree falling on top of me like this one here, like. That's not ideal. That's not ideal. So, we'll maybe hang about here until we hear a bit creaking. And there's another one there, fuck's sake. Until we hear a bit creaking and then depart. But yeah, growing a beard has given me confidence. Not that much confidence to hang about here when it's windy. So, this one's creaking a bit. Is this a stupid game? I think it is a stupid game. I kind of want to explore these woods a wee bit though. Maybe today's not the day to be doing it. I mean, fuck it, let's do it. Let's do it. This could be the last video I ever shoot, who knows? I might, hey, if something happens, it won't end up on YouTube. Somebody will just find the camera one day and go, hey, fuck, he was silly, wasn't he? But yeah, so growing a beard changed my life. That's kind of it really. Like, I could go on about all the situations that I've ended up in, and it sounds like bragging. It's not meant to be bragging, it's just truth, just reality. So I'm not going to go down that. That's all kind of documented on the website anyway, under the blog posts. Fuck, there's a lot of trees down here. Maybe this isn't a good idea. Oh well. Well, Braw beard was built off a bad idea. I raced 2 weeks after breaking my back. I'll tell you that story. While we're here. Because this might be one of those situations again. Yeah, right, so I broke my back in July 2011, I think it was. Training for a mountain bike race. There was a downhill mountain bike race in Fort William, 6-hour endurance race. The plan, or the aim of the race, was to go to the top of the hill, do the World Cup track, the World Cup downhill track, do that as many times as you can in 6 hours. So you started in the car park at the bottom, and the idea was to, right, we need to go under this tree. Let's do this together, right? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Woo! So to split the field up, right, on the gondola. Let's start again. So for those who are unfamiliar with the World Cup track up at Fort William, there's a gondola that takes you to the very top of the mountain bike track, and then you jump off the gondola, you ride down the track, and then to get back to the top you go back up the gondola. So if you got a field of, I think it was 136 riders or something, that's a big queue for the gondola at the bottom. So the way they would split it up was you'd cycle up maybe a mile of fire road, I forget the distance, but it was something like a mile of fire road until you got to wall ride, and then you come down from there, and it splits the field up so there's not a big queue at the bottom, right? Anyway, 2 weeks before this race, I was up there practicing with a few friends who were doing the race, and my dad, who was also doing the race, and I came through a rock garden that's no longer used. There's now if you know the track at all, there's a wee jump over a river. That was not used at the time. It was, instead of doing the jump over the river, you went to the left and through a big rock garden. Anyway, I was going through there. Front end washed out on the rocks because it was wet, it was raining. I went over the handlebars. There's a big rock at the side, so I don't know. It feels like it was that size, I can't really remember. Maybe a bit smaller. Anyway, I took the impact through the top of my head, crushed 2 vertebrae, C7 and T1, last neck, first back, and ended up in hospital. And I was only in for one night because it was a stable fracture. It was, I didn't need surgery or anything, so I had to wear a neck brace for a while. So, got discharged the next morning, but the doc said, fucking hell, that one's creaking. The doctor, mate, stay there. The doctor said, as long as you take it easy, if you got somebody to look after you. I did have my girlfriend, now my wife, she was staying, so she's like, we can discharge you, as long as you got somebody looking after you, right? But do not get on a bike for between 6 to 8 months. Stay off a bike. I was like, fuck, dog, man. I was like, I've got this race in 2 weeks' time. What are the chances? And he's like, none, 0 chances. You're not doing this race. Is that right? Fair enough. Fair enough. But I've been training a year for this race, right? So I've been up there almost every weekend. 3-hour trip from where I stayed up to Fort William almost every weekend to train for this race, right? So when the doc said that, I was like, cool, that's fine, I can understand that. Don't want to do any more damage. As we got closer to the actual race date, within that 2-week period, I was getting the hunger to go racing, right? And I went to, I don't think I could go any further here, there's a big tree there, right, so I head back up. We got closer to race day, so a week before the race, my dad was racing, like I said. I went up with my dad to practice, for him practicing, just in case he crashed, at least I could drive the van, right? So I was just watching and whatnot. Anyway, when he came down, we was finished, when he was done with the day, he was getting changed, and I said, Dad, I'm just going to take your bike for a wee pedal around the car park just to see what it's like spinning my legs. He said, go for it. So that's what I'd done. And then I came back to the van, I was like, Dad, I need to borrow your helmet, because I'm just going to cycle up the fire road a wee bit and see how it feels under pressure. Under pressure going uphill. So he's like, go for it, but just be careful, right? So I was like, yeah, whatever, I'll be fine. So anyway, that road that I was talking about, that you cycle up to go to the wall ride, I just cycled the full length of that. Felt fine, well, it felt a bit stiff on the bike, but it felt alright. Got to the wall ride and I had 2 choices. I was like, do I go back down the fire road, or they'll go back down the track. So fuck it, we'll go back down the track. So I rode down the track and felt surprisingly okay. Also, I was on painkillers at the time, so maybe that played a part. But I felt okay, so just left it at that. Anyway, obviously come down over the jumps and stuff, and back felt not bad. So left it at that. And then as the week went on, this is the week building up to the race, I was like, you know what, I'm still going to go. I'm going to take my bike, I'll do one lap, see how I feel. Because it was, I don't know, man. I've had a lot of heat online about this before. Been so many comments on social media and stuff like, you fucking so silly, shouldn't have done that. Would have been a drain on the NHS and all that. Man, I think I've been in hospital 3 times in my life. Once I sliced my arm open on a bit of machinery. 2, broke my back. 3, when I thought I re-broke my back. Trampoline park. That's about it. I'm not one of these guys that goes to the hospital for a headache. The people who leave those kind of comments are those type of people who go to the hospital when they've got a headache and just moan about everything. Anyway, I digress. The week was about, they were in race week, right? So if anybody's ever raced or done any sort of competition, whether that's martial arts or, I don't know, fucking archery, I don't know, right? Any kind of competition, you know that there's a hunger, a desire to compete, right? I was in that mind frame when I was racing bikes. I was very competitive. Yeah, I still am a wee bit, but not as much. So I had this kind of race mentality that I'm going to race. So I took loads of painkillers, strapped my back up with kinesio tape, that stuff, the blue stuff you see all the rugby players wearing. Strapped it up by either side of my spine, across the way, it was like a lattice work of kinesio tape. And then I just said, I'm going to go racing, I'm going to do one lap, see how I feel. And I did one lap and I felt alright. Done 2 laps, felt alright. Now this is probably a mix of A, adrenaline, and B, pharmaceuticals, numbing the pain. So I kept racing. I'd done the whole race. I think I'd done 14 laps. I think the leaders or the winners they done 15. The results are online again, they're in that blog post. I do the timeline of Braw beard. And I think, I finished 18th out of 136, something like that. Right, so I was in the top 20 with a broken back. So I'm glad I'd done it. Yes, it would have been stupid. If I had crashed in that race, I might not be walking in the woods right now, right? That's the reality. But the real reality, what actually happened was, I'd done the race. After that, I went into recovery and rehab, signed up, started getting worked on by a guy who had a college, he'd teach sports therapy and alternative medicines, all that kind of stuff, acupuncture, but also like the cupping stuff and all that kind of. Anyway, I signed up to his course to learn the anatomy, learn more about my body, but also learn the techniques, learn sports massage therapy, learned about acupuncture, that kind of stuff. Still got all my books, all the materials and stuff, and my certificates somewhere. But yeah, that's how I got the knowledge how to make oils. So I was making massage oils for the course. So I was buying these base oils and essential oils and making the massage oils. And then I made hair oil for my wife because I had these natural oils that were just incredible. And then I thought, well, if it works on hair, it must work on beards. And I've always had facial hair, like I said, since I was 15-ish. And so I started using up my beard. And it made a bit of a difference, but the oil needed to be thicker, so I played with the recipe for a bit and eventually got it right to what became Wolver, the beard oil, the Braw beard oil that is now Wolver. The recipe's changed once since. There was a slight tweak to the base oils because it was good, but it could have been better. Done this tweak and it made it better. So there's only been one tweak to the base oil recipe on Grafter, Liver and Wolver since they were made. That tweak has followed through into the rest from heather onwards, that all include argan. So yeah, growing a beard has changed my life, getting back to that. But don't know, not being a bitch and whining about everything also changed my life. Like, what I mean is, don't sit and dwell on things. Like, I could have had a broken back, left hospital, and just got lazy. That could have happened. Maybe if there is a multiverse out there, maybe there's that version of JJ kicking about or rolling about. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out one day, I'm sure, with AI and all that crap. But yeah, I get, like, just, if there's something you want to do, just fucking do it, man. If you're able to do it, do it. There's so many folk holding themselves back. It is fucking depressing. It really is. So, oh, I could have done this, I could have done that. Well, what's stopping you? The only thing that's stopping you is you. You say, oh, but other people's opinions. Other people's opinions are affecting you. It's you that's holding you back. I've said this before in previous videos, that the best bit of advice I was ever given was get out your own way. It was me that was holding me back. And once I realised that, my life changed. So yes, that is my talk for today. I'm going to record another video because it is super windy and it's raining a wee bit. So I'm going to hang about in these woods, shoot another video for release at a later date, probably tomorrow. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to go just now. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, look after yourself. If there's something you want to do, go do it. Have fun. See you later.